Hi everyone. Okay, so now that we have installed Sage on our laptops, we've done a review of accounting to remind us what it's like to create a journal entry. We're going to start working with the data files. Okay, so what's going on here is that every module, every chapter that we do, whether it's for general journal, whether it's accounts payable, accounts receivable, payroll, inventory, so on and so forth, we all start with, they all start with a file. Okay, so you're not creating it from scratch. The database has already been created for you. Once you get into Computerized Accounting 2, you'll most likely be starting a few companies from the beginning. Okay, so what we need to do is figure out how do we access these files. So what I've done is I've set it up in 3B, which is the general journal, and got here, download this backup folder, bins1.cab, which is called a cabinet file. And it's set up as a backup file, so you can't open it the way it is. It needs to be decompressed, so to speak. And the way we're going to do that is by opening up in Sage. So here's our file. Okay, so as you can see, it has opened it up in the midst. So we're going to go back. We're going to click on download, so it shows us one file. Okay, so this is the one we want. So the best thing to do, because it can get very complicated, if you forget where you save things, then the next time you're looking for it, you can't find it. So what I'd like you to do is set up a folder called Accounting 2010, and I want you to save that backup file in there. Okay, it's going to show I've already got one in there. Okay, so, oops, here we go. There, so you can see it is sitting in my Accounting 2010. This is also where I'm going to save every time I create a backup. This is where it's going to save it, so we know where to go to get the information. So these aren't going to be our active files that we're working with every day, but are files that if my active file has run into a challenge, it's now corrupt, this is where I can go and get the backup. Okay, so we know where that is. So I'm going to close this and I'm going to open Sage. So let's Sage. And sometimes it takes a couple seconds to open, sometimes it opens right away. Sometimes you're thinking, oh, there's an issue, and then it opens. So just be patient with it because it is, again, it is a huge database. So for this time, because it's the first time we're opening this file, we're going to restore from backup. The next time we use this file, we're going to have active working files, and we're going to be able to select an existing company, or it may even show up down here as the last company that you worked on. But again, for the first time, we need to restore from backup. Okay. Use the wizard. Where did we put it? We're going to browse. We know that it's under Accounting 2010, and it's right there. So we're going to hit open. Next. Next. Okay. So now what it's saying is where the backup, where the new file is going to be stored. So the file that you're going to use on a day-to-day basis. So I'm going to go here. The suggestion is for you to actually use your desktop. So then as soon as you open your computer, you can see where the file is. Now for mine, I'm not sure if it's going to work because I think, I'll explain in a second why I need to pick a different spot using NSCC software. or laptop. I'm going to hit save, and I'm going to hit next. Okay, and that's what I thought. The location you have selected is in a folder for cloud storage. It doesn't like being stored, the active files don't like being stored in the cloud, okay? So I'm going to pick a different location for mine. It'll most likely be okay for yours, but just in case, that's what's going on. So I have actually set up an external D drive, and I'm going to save it here. And I'm going to hit bins, and I'm going to, I think I set up accounting 2010. Yeah, right there. And that's where I'm going to save it. So then I know that it is not saved in the cloud, it's in an external device. Okay, and see, it accepted it. So there's your two options. My suggestion is to either save it on your desktop, but if something is set up so that your desktop is actually cloud storage, then don't put it on your desktop. You'll get that message that says, please don't put it here, and then use an external device, whether it's an external hard drive, whether it is a memory stick, something that is actually, or even right on your C drive. But mine is all set up so that it is cloud. Okay, so now it's saying finish. It's thinking. Oh, there we go. Opening database. Please wait. Again, it's a huge database, so it takes a while. So now it's saying date for this session, and if you look on the first page of the General Journal chapter, it's going to tell you that the session date is June 1st, 2025. So we know that it's correct. We're going to hit OK, and it's going to open up Sage. Okay, so we are in Sage. So now we're going to pretend that we've done lots of work, and now we're going to close Sage. So it automatically saves everything that you've done. So there's no button that you have to click to say, save my information. It's an automatic save. So up here, I'm going to click on my X. It's kind of off the screen. Sorry about that. I'm going to click that. And now it's saying, do you want to back up this company before closing? So again, we're going to pretend that we did lots of work. So of course we want to save a backup. So I'm going to say yes. So okay. And now it's going to say file name backup, but we're going to say backup bins. Put a dash bins. So then we know what it is. And where we have our backup, we have it. We want it back in the same place where we stored the original file, or the original folder that we used for backup that we downloaded from the actual Brightspace page. We want to put it in the same spot. Okay. Backup complete. Okay. And it automatically closes Sage. So now I'm going to go in and I'm going to open Sage again so you can see what it's done. Okay, so now as you can see, bins.sai is showing as my last company. So I want to open my last company. Okay. And then it's showing my session date again. Okay, so it brings you right back into Sage. Okay, so I'm going to close this. I want to show you where I'm going to just say no because I haven't done anything. Okay, so as you know, so your accounting 2010, there's your original CAD file and there's your backup. So that's the first backup that you did. So now every time you do a backup, you'll leave it as the same name and it'll just replace the last backup. And then if we go down here to my D drive, excuse all my personal files, unfortunately. So as you can see, the D drive, I've put it under Accounting 2010, and there's the bins.saj and the bins.sai. And those two need to be together, okay? They need to be named exactly the same name, and the folder needs to have the extension .saj, and the active file needs the .sai, okay? And they need each other in order to work. So don't move one of them without moving the other. But look, if I click on this, it's going to take me right into it. Okay? So that would take me right into the file. But my suggestion is to always launch Sage and then start from there. Okay. So let me know if you have any questions, and we'll start downloading the backup file and get ready to do the General Journal module. Thanks, everyone.